What's up, Louis? It's Guys here. Hope you're doing great. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Easy Properties and why I no longer invest my money in this platform. And I basically consider my investment as dead money. With that said, I love Easy Equities. I love the platform. I love what they are doing. But Easy Properties on the other side has been quite disappointing. I've seen really bad reviews on the platform, people complaining on all of my videos that I make about Easy Properties, and I wanted to make an updated video to share my perspective. And it's been around 5 years since the first time that I've invested, and I just decided that this isn't necessarily the best investment for me. With that said, Easy Properties is not a scam. They're not stealing your money. They share all the relevant information on their platform. They explain how it works beforehand. They have terms and conditions. So they are doing their best to educate people and to share the necessary information so that you are aware of what you are investing. Easy Properties is basically a platform that allows you to invest in properties with fractional shares. And this is great because it means that you can start with as little as 100 Rand and you don't have to worry about transfer or registration cost or transfer duty or deposits, managing tenants, fixing shit. This is quite appealing for a lot of people. So just because I don't like it doesn't necessarily mean you won't like it. I just want to educate you guys and share my experience. So hopefully this video helps. If it did, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think about the platform. So I made a few videos when I started showing the amount that I invested, and after 3 years I made another video giving you guys a bit of an update, and it's been around 5 years now and I wanted to make a new update video as well. I've been quite disappointed and I'm going to show you guys exactly why. So this is my portfolio. It's a very small amount, and it's a small amount for a reason, because I tested it out when I started and I decided that this is just not for me. I mentioned that this is dead money, and it's because I can't get access to this money. I can't benefit from this money. I can't withdraw this money without a massive mission and a massive loss. So my portfolio is around 9,136 Rand now. It shows that I have a profit of 31.09%, which is great on paper, but in reality it's very difficult to get access to this money. The total rental dividends that I received from the first time I invested is only 738 Rand. So imagine it's over a period of 5 years. It's really not the best return. The two properties that I invested in is 4ON, which is in Sea Point, and the other one is the Exchange Loft. Both of them advertised that they are receiving a rental yield of, let's say, 4.91% and 9.21%, but in reality, I'm not receiving any dividends. And at first, this didn't bother me at all because it's money that I just kind of invested and forgot about. But then I realized that there's something going on with these properties, and as a property investor myself, I realized why this is happening, and I wanted to find out, and I reached out to the people from Easy Equities and I told them that it's been quite a few quarters since I received a dividend on my properties. The support team came back to me and told me that it shows on their quarterly report that there were no dividends declared. And I did a bit of research and I wanted to show this to you guys. This is basically the quarterly report that they sent for 4ON, the Sea Point property. And as we can see here, it shows that there was 0 cents dividends declared. The problem here is that there was still net income generated on this property. So here we can see in the previous quarter, they actually declared a quarterly dividend, and in the next quarter, there were no dividend declared. On the top, we can see that it actually says, let me just read this to you. No dividend will be declared this quarter as the board has opted to bolster cash reserves in anticipation of future capital needs. Just remember, there's obviously still a board of trustees that manages this property, and the people on top basically just decided, although they generated net income, they want to save the money for reserves. And this is totally fine. We need reserves when it comes to property. But the reality is that this is going to happen more often than not. And I think it's kind of pissing off people because they're not receiving what they were expecting. And yes, if you read all of the details, you will be aware that this is something that can happen. Remember, we are still investing in property. I just wanted to show you the quarterly report for the Exchange Loft as well. Again, we can see that 0 cent dividends were declared. Same situation. This one hasn't received a dividend for the last 2 quarters. And here they also just declare that the directors have decided to retain earnings and not declare a dividend for this quarter. This is basically what it boils down to. You know, people are expecting a rental dividend every single quarter, but in reality they will not receive anything because we get stuff like vacancies, we get extreme repairs and maintenance costs, levy increases, insurance increases, even financing cost that goes up. All of these properties will probably be refinanced, so there will always be debt on this property. And this is kind of what pisses people off. Above that, there's another thing that I just wanted to show you, which is the auction process. So this is an example of one of the properties that I own, which is the let me just check, the 4-on-0, the Sea Point property, and I am trying to auction off my shares. So realistically, it makes sense why an auction process is so difficult. You can't just sell shares in a property company. It takes time. It's not as easy. You need someone to buy them from you before they can actually be sold. So it's all about supply and demand. So if you bought an average property or crappy property, basically like the ones that I did, there's not a lot of demand for these properties. So people won't necessarily want to buy your shares. So the reality behind the auction process is that you will effectively have to sell your shares at a massive loss so that you can get rid of them. So the advertised valuation increase of, let's say, 31% on my portfolio isn't really accurate, because if I had to sell the shares, it's going to be a negative return and I'm actually going to take a financial loss. And people might think, okay, just don't sell the shares, hold on to them for a longer period of time. And it's been around 5 years for me, so I consider that as a pretty long enough term for any type of investment to expect a decent return. But in this case, it's kind of not true. If we look at the auction process, we can see here that it has bids and offers. So bids is what people are willing to pay, and offers are what people are willing to sell for. We can see here that it shows a possible trade volume at 100 cents per share, and it shows you that majority of people buy the shares at 100 cents. I've tried this, I've failed. If you list it at 100 cents, it's not going to be sold. People will not buy it at 100 cents. People want to buy it for much cheaper. So effectively, you'll have to list your shares for so much lower for people to actually buy it, because they don't want to overpay for the shares. And if that happens, you're effectively losing money. The problem with the auctions is that they don't happen too often. And when you try to sell them and you fail, you have to wait for another auction to try and sell them again. So this is kind of a very dragged out process and not the best experience. Although I consider the money that I invested here as lost money, it saddens me to think about other South Africans investing their hard-earned money, people that's trying to improve their financial position, people that's trying to increase their wealth or just build or just invest in something, and they experience the same issues that I experience. And if you're someone that wants to invest in something that can give you some appreciation as well as dividends, I would probably consider investing in a real estate investment trust instead, or otherwise called a REIT. This is just another vehicle that allows you to invest in listed properties where you can actually receive declared dividends on a quarterly basis without all the issues that comes with easy properties. It's much easier to sell your shares. There's always liquidity, but with easy properties, there's basically no liquidity. So with that said, I hope this video was beneficial in some way. Again, just because I don't like the platform doesn't mean you shouldn't invest in it. I just wanted to share my experience and hopefully it was beneficial.